Doopa doopa doopity doo. Xbox and Nintendo have secret plans for you. Plus, Nintendo Stealth drops a new game in a popular franchise, and we've got an update on the Nintendo Direct date. So, good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Hope you're all doing fan-freaking-tastic. Early morning here on the West Coast. That means dried out throat. Got to drink some water here to keep things lubricated. The heat, the dry heat, I wake up and I'm like, hi. How's it going? It's Zach from SwitchForce, and we're talking about Xbox Nintendo partnerships. We're talking about the new game Nintendo popped out of nowhere, and we're talking about Nate Drake. We'll start there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Nate Drake was asked, do you know the date and time of the rumored Nintendo Direct? Nate Drake, if you don't know, if you're new here, very popular, very accurate, and very reserved leaker. Really good about Nintendo Direct timing. I think that's his like bread and butter. Says soonish. Now, based on the past and what Nate Drake has said before, soon means like this week. Soonish means like at least a week away. So I think everything's lining up for that September 13th date next Wednesday. It really just feels like that's the perfecto time for this Direct to take place. And soonish to me just helps confirm that September 13th is the date. I've thought that forever because the Pokemon DLC randomly comes out on a Wednesday. Pioro, the bird leaker on Twitter that's been super correct about recent Nintendo Direct things, liked a tweet that said September 13th. It just adds up. But we'll leave that there and we'll talk about that more as the week progresses. Now I want to talk to you about this. Oh man. Microsoft and Nintendo have been partnering this generation more than ever before. Okay, they got Minecraft on Switch, which is an Xbox game. They got Ori and the Blind Forest on Switch, Xbox, right? A lot of things have happened, and it's really great. But now everyone overanalyzes and overassumes every last detail about Nintendo and Microsoft. Like, Major Nelson left Xbox and showed up at Nintendo, and they're like, oh my god, he's going to be the new spokesperson for Nintendo. No, he's just taking a visit. And the latest is that there's a picture that Phil Spencer posted on his Twitter of him at Nintendo Live, which actually had a new demo, even though they said there'd be no new product. They actually had Super Mario Bros. Wonder there, and I'm so bummed because I would have 100% flown to Nintendo Live in Seattle if I knew I could play Mario Bros. Wonder. I would have gone just for that. I would have gone to PAX West on the side, but I would have gone. They didn't tell us poop, but Phil Spencer said, had a great time visiting PAX West 2023 today with my family. Fun to get to walk the floor and just play games. Had a blast playing 4-player Super Mario Wonder at Nintendo Live. Thanks to Nintendo of America for letting everyone play. He's there with his fam. Oh my gosh. Nintendo and Microsoft at it again. Crazy partnership, crazy ordeal. We got other people on YouTube making videos about how there's something secret in the works or doing some sort of secret deal, and I'm just here to squash all of that and tell you, no. Phil Spencer is just having a day in Seattle because the dude lives in the state of Washington. That's where Microsoft headquarters are. He's there because PAX West is there. He's there because Nintendo Live is there. He's there because this guy loves to be the all gamer. Look, it makes perfect sense because Xbox is not taking the strategy of being the very best like no one ever was. They don't want to be, well, they probably want to be. They can't be your number one system. They're well in third place. Their goal is to be your also system. Their goal is to, hey, Game Pass is such a great deal that maybe you want this in addition to play all those games. Who are you going to support more? Sony, a direct competitor with many of the exact same games, or Nintendo, the cutesy, fun, longtime favorite, kind of like, you know, that uncle that you just love or that grandma that just is so cozy to be around. Everybody loves Nintendo. There's no real Nintendo console war. It's Xbox versus PlayStation. Nintendo is just like the good guy. They got the amazing Switch, they make great games, and we know that Phil Spencer loves to be public about unifying the gaming industry. Is he going to unify with Sony? No. Well, I mean, he'll try, but not in the same level and not to the same depth as Nintendo, because Nintendo's not really a direct threat. I mean, the Switch outsells Xbox, but in terms of competition, Xbox and PlayStation are like head-to-head competitors, and Xbox is trying to say, hey, a lot of the games that you pay for on PlayStation, you can get for free via our Game Pass, and our big titles like Starfield, you can play for free. You also might want to Switch because it's like handheld and portable. It has Nintendo exclusive games. So it makes perfect sense for Phil Spencer to be showing a sign of support for Nintendo, and I don't think this is some secret partnership with Mario or with Xbox or with Game Pass on Switch 2 or anything of that sort. I think this is a dude in Seattle because he lives there and works there, having fun, and his family probably likes Nintendo. They all have Switches, and they probably wanted to come play Mario Wonder, and he probably got the invite. And there's no Sony event, so he can't even test taking a picture there, but you're more directly competing with that PS5. You're not really competing with the Switch. Switch is the top dog right now. That's obvious. There's 130 million consoles out there. There's less than a fourth of that of the Xbox Series X. So it's not about competition with Nintendo. It's about bridging and saying, hey, if you got a Switch and you want to play some of the bigger games, come to Xbox. I really feel that's the philosophy, and I think this might change when the Switch 2 does up the ante. But even then, Xbox and PlayStation will always go head to head, and Nintendo will always be viewed as like the mainstay, the originator, right? They are the first console manufacturer of the big three. This is nothing. Other people talking about, oh, this is some secret partnership. We're just fishing at this point. People can't go nowhere without it meaning something. And I understand, like, I cover leaks and rumors as well, but I'm always going to give you my fair take if I think it's valid, if it's not. Like the VR stuff, I wanted to have a conversation about, but I said, I don't think it's valid. I think it's a false leak. This is literally a dude going to play Mario because who the heck doesn't want to play the new Mario when invited? And Nintendo and Microsoft, they've worked together in the past. They might have another game, but nothing crazy. Like maybe another indie comes over eventually because they have a working relationship. But this isn't the sign of anything secret. Let people go to these events. I mean, goodness gracious. It's like drama at every turn. This isn't Big Brother in real life. Phil Spencer's just going to play Mario. That's it. Nintendo, though, is doing something with VR, AR, and this feels almost too awkward. I really still believe that the VR thing from yesterday is not real. If you want to check it out, I have a video on that. AR, though, has been rumored to be coming to the next Nintendo Switch system. We have leaks and talks about a camera functionality being added as sort of the new gimmick for Switch 2. And then lo and behold, Nintendo stealth drops Pikmin Finder. Okay, Pikmin Finder is a new mobile-based, browser-based Pikmin game utilizing your camera, your phone camera, for AR Pikmin. How freaking weird is this that we're talking about Nintendo incorporating more AR technology into their possible next console, their next Switch, and yet here they come out randomly partnering with Niantic, the company that made Pokemon Go, and releasing Pikmin Finder. Now this is a very simple game where you use your camera to find Pikmin in your environment. It's AR, so you're seeing through to your actual world, and then Pikmin are superimposed. When you find enough Pikmin, they'll help dig out a treasure like a pair of 3D glasses. What the heck is going on? Obviously, there's no way Nintendo is reacting to the rumors out there, but this does make me think Nintendo is experimenting heavily with AR. And perhaps in their experimentation, research, and development of AR, they came up with Pikmin Finder as an additional aside. Isn't it just so strange that we get rumors about AR technology coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and then Nintendo proves that they have had workings with AR and that they're interested in bringing their characters into this space like they did in the 3DS, but back again in 2023 and in 2024. Find your Pikmin around your environment. They'll dig out a rubber ducky. They'll dig out a cake. They'll dig out VR. Well, they're 3D glasses, but you know what I'm saying. These are the old school 3D. So maybe this is, let's read way into this. If we're going to read way into Phil Spencer being in a warp pipe at Nintendo Live, let's read way into this. AR, good. VR, bad. 3D, nod to the past. We dig it out. We had 3D, but AR is the future. Obviously, that's just silly, but I do think it's interesting that Nintendo is experimenting with AR with Pikmin Finder. I think it's interesting that they use Pikmin now as sort of Nintendo's go-to like mobile thing. We have Pikmin Bloom, we have Pikmin Finder. It's interesting to see the popularity and rise of Pikmin after having a massive gap between 3 and 4, and previously thinking Pikmin was a niche franchise back with Pikmin 1 and 2. Now it seems like Pikmin is one of Nintendo's mainstays, and they're going to keep it that way. I would not be surprised to see a Pikmin spinoff or a Pikmin 5 much sooner than the gap between 3 and 4. I don't think that ever happens again, given the merch rush, the mobile rush, and the extreme success, both reviews and sales, of Pikmin 4. I'm pumped about Pikmin, and I'm also very curious about AR, and I think Nintendo, maybe they're actually doing it. Maybe there actually is going to be a camera on the Switch 2. I do believe that. And maybe it is going to involve AR technology like this, little mini games, side projects, something goofy, a Labo type sort of third wheel Nintendo type thing where they like to be educational. Maybe it's going to be some sort of, fitness thing. I don't know. But I think AR might be our gimmick. And Pikmin Finder may be one of the first little evidences that Nintendo is heavily experimenting and involved, and it's going to be a part of the next console. That's going to be my prediction. I think those leaks are accurate. I have no desire to play Pikmin Finder, sadly. But if you want to play Pikmin Finder, you can download it for free, and you can check out Pikmin in your home, in your car, in your trash. Don't put them in the toilet. I hear they don't They don't like that. But until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.